All right, so here's my question for you, Cooch.
Alrighty.
Are the Sox are they in prime position to win this thing now? We had a lot of kind of, oh, they look great, and then it's, oh, they look terrible. Do they have that feeling of we're there?
It's a tough thing to try to read
It's a simple
because
question, Doctor.
yes or no. Playoff baseball is such an antithesis of what the season is all about. And I
Yeah.
know we had talked about it a little bit a couple weeks ago. You
Hmm.
play these 162 games, and all of a sudden you're down to one inning, one pitch,
Right.
one game deciding a season. And it's a tough thing to. They are a good enough team to win the American League.
Okay.
They're probably not in the prime position. I've made no secret that I think this is the Yankees' year, and I think that they're the best team in the American League, and I think the
Yeah, I
standings
agree with
back
you.
that up. I feel like every year we keep saying, this is the Angels are a better team this time. They could win. I mean, last year they had home field advantage.
Right,
They had
and
the
they
best
look
record in the
better.
American
Yeah.
League, and you get into the playoffs, they lose three close games. They run into some outs on the bases. They don't get the hits when they need to get the
Right, and
hits,
it's over.
and it's over.
Yeah.
So I look at the Red Sox and I say this is a team it's shown an ability to get hot at the right time. It's shown an ability to feed as a lineup. Their pitching certainly could be there
Hmm.
if Beckett is healthy and if Lester is healthy and if the Buckholes we saw, before this past week is
Right.
is the guy who's there. But this is not a pushover Angels team.
Right.
And it goes deeper than the fact that they won 97 games. They're scoring runs at a higher rate than any Angels team has in the past. This is not going to be a team that pitches really well and then doesn't score. I mean, this is
So
a team
they have it all.
they're scoring more runs than they scored when they won the World Series in '02.
So what is what is their Achilles heel if they do lose, if they do go out there and kind of, I mean, how is it going to happen? How are they going to go down, the Angels, if they do go down?
I think if you look back at these past few series, they I've used the phrase too cute.
Okay.
They always take the extra base and they do have more success taking the extra base, whether it be first to third, scoring from first on a double,
Yep.
than any other team in the league. But the flip side of that is they also make more outs on the bases than
Okay.
any other team does. And I feel like from time to time, Sosha tries to do a little bit too much. The one that sticks out is game 4 last year when they
Yeah.
tried the suicide squeeze. Veritek got the ball, tagged out, Willits at third. Lowry hits the walk-off. The series is over.
Yeah.
They can they downplay that a little bit now because they do score more runs and they do hit for power and they did it. The numbers they put up this year, it's even more amazing that they really didn't have Vlad Guerrero until August and September.
Yeah.
He hit the majority of his home runs and his RBIs all came at the end of the summer. And for the first time in maybe 3 or 4 years that he's been out there for a playoff run, he's peaking in October.
Maybe it's time to leave. If I have Vladimir Guerrero on my team, I pretty much play him about 10 games early. And I mean, the guy has had no knee cartilage since like 97.
He's said that he feels better now than he did in any previous October. And just digging through the numbers before he came on, the thing that stood out is he walked 3 or 4 times during the playoffs last year against
Hmm.
Boston, and that's something that he never does. He's
Yeah.
known as this swing from the heels, try
Right.
to hit everything 500 feet. He showed a lot more finesse. Now, whether that's, was he pushing too much in previous years? Was that an anomaly because of, game by game pitching? We
Yeah.
won't know, but he's clearly moving in the right direction at this point in the year as opposed to last year when he was out of gas, when he was no knee cartilage. You look at
He
that
still
team,
has no knee
he
cartilage.
still has no knee cartilage, but you look at this team, I got some numbers here that I'm going to cite here.
Oh, we love those.
34 homers from Kendry Morales.
Never
20,
who is he?
he's their first baseman.
Never heard of him. He's
very
good?
good. He's pretty
All
good.
right.
Hit 306.
Wow. That's a very good
25
one.
from Juan Rivera in left field.
Never heard of him.
Juan Rivera is the guy who, if you remember that game where they had the 3 comebacks in September,
I do not remember that.
Sox had the bases loaded.
Are we talking about
We're
baseball?
talking about baseball.
Okay.
Alex Gonzalez hits that soft line drive to left field. Juan Rivera lopes over and makes no effort to catch it, and the game just ends.
Okay. Well, that
he
doesn't
hits
always.
for power.
It doesn't strike me as a guy I'm worried about then.
But you got 20 homers from Torrey Hunter, who's really kind of sparked them. It was after that game that Hunter made all his comments about how he felt like they choked. He felt like that the mental side isn't there when they play the better teams, be it the Sox or the Yankees. I mean
But they don't.
to me is what stands out about this Angels team is until they beat a Yankees or a Red Sox or they show the ability to get over this playoff hump, that no one's going to believe that they can,
Right.
regardless of how talented they are.
Yeah. I guess I'm not. I'm not that impressed with him. But, having already picked the Broncos to upset the Patriots this week, or not up, well, I guess it would be upset. I'm going to go ahead and pick the Angels to win this series in, I'm going to say 4 games. I don't really think the Red Sox are doing that great right now.
Did you read my mind?
Is that what you?
That's where I'm leading.
So,
Angels
in 4?
I'll actually break it down for you, and I'll preface this by saying, as John has reminded me many times, I did pick the Rockies to win the 2007 World Series in 6 games.
Did they?
They did not.
Okay, no.
The Angels have left-handed pitching, and they have quality left-handed pitching that they're going to start back-to-back in games at Fenway Park. Lefties at Fenway, it's something that they've had trouble with in the past. They're going to have Kazmir in Game 3. They're going to have Joe Saunders in Game 4, if there is a Game 4. We don't know, but Saunders has been outstanding since he had a cortisone shot in late August. I feel like...
Did you apply that cortisone shot?
I didn't.
Okay.
No.
So how do you know for sure that
I
you had
heard
one?
about it from a friend.
Okay, so it's secondhand info. Well, go ahead.
I feel like the Sox will win Game 1. I think that they've shown an ability to hit Lackey in the playoffs. I think Lester is their most solid starter. I think the Angels win out from there.
Wow. Tim?
I'm actually making a prediction of it going kind of the reverse way. I think they're going to.
You going to pick the home team, Tim?
I am, and I think just because, well, at this point, I'm picking the home team because you guys didn't. But I do think what will end up happening is I think the Red Sox are going to get smacked around in the first game, maybe the first 2 games, and then kind of wake up a little bit because they haven't been impressive enough as of late to make me think that they're hitting the ground running here in the playoffs. So I think they are going to get smacked around a little bit, and then Game 3, Game 4, we'll see what they're made of.
Jared Weaver looked very good against the Sox early in the year.
I never trust a Weaver.
Not crazy about what we've seen from Beckett.
Dennis Weaver?
No, not even Dennis. Especially not Dennis Weaver. Sigourney Weaver.
Not crazy about what we've seen from Beckett over the last couple of weeks. He's been good, but he's not been great.
He's been good, exactly.
The Buchholz thing, it's hard to read. I mean, this is a guy who's always had this knock of, he plays down to the competition, whether it be I'm at Pawtucket for too long or whether it be this last week. Kazmir has a history against this team.
Yeah.
And
I like their pitching better.
Of course, I look at the Red Sox, they win Game 1. Who's to say that they're not in the Angels' heads?